Hello and welcome to this thought for the week. I wonder if you watched comic relief on television the other week or not. This year, the promised amounts of money donated was approximately £34 million, which is, well, it's terrific, isn't it? And it shows the incredible generosity of the people of Great Britain. However, this figure is down on previous years. And many reasons for this spring to my mind. Perhaps not as many people were watching on the night. People haven't got as much disposable income at the moment as they once did. Perhaps we think that charity should start at home, or we see too many charitable appeals for money. And I'm sure you can all think of a number of other reasons. On the whole, though, we do seem to be a generous nation. And while our generosity might not always be of the monetary kind, it often is in time or in work. Just think of those who sit with others chatting, for there are several groups around that offer befriending services to lonely people. Many people also give up their time taking other folk to appointments, collecting prescriptions. Then there are the ones who have the knowledge to repair items, to help with gardening, and all for free, mainly because it is helping them to get out of their houses and feel that they are doing something useful, contributing to their community in some small way. And then there is the way that communities often get together to clear places up after acts of violence or natural devastation such as flooding. Now, to my mind, one of the most generous acts in the Bible, and possibly the most extravagant as well, was when Mary, a friend of Jesus, poured expensive perfume on his feet and then wiped them with her hair. And that act in itself probably only managed to fill the air with the scented perfume rather than actually dry his feet. And you can read about this in the Gospel of John, chapter 12. And in that passage we are told that the perfume cost a year's wages. So you can imagine how much that would be today. Now also present in the house at that time was Judas Iscariot, who, as we know, would later go on to betray Jesus to the authorities. But he also looked after the group's money, and he wasn't best pleased to watch the wasting of this perfume, which he said could have been sold and the money used to help the poor. Only he wasn't really thinking of the poor, but himself, as he often used to spend the money on things for himself. What Mary did was a gesture of love and gratitude, and it was also a premonition of Jesus' death. For when the women went to the tomb to prepare his body, as was the custom, they found it gone. And Jesus in the passage says, "It was intended that she should save this perfume for the day of my burial." And so in life, Jesus' body had been prepared for death, the death that he knew was coming. Now, if Jesus was around today, would you be generous enough to lavish your hard-earned money on him? Of course, in many ways, he is amongst us. He's there in the families of those in need, with the homeless, with the dispossessed, with the bereaved, especially at this time with those who have lost loved ones in the wars in Ukraine and Gaza. Perhaps we can help those people in some small way, showing our own generosity of money, time, and spirit. Well, thank you for listening. And until the next time, I hope you feel God's presence in your life. Goodbye.